Well, second win here at Barber. Josef Newgarden, congratulations.
Thanks.
What's going through your mind right now?
Oh, I just feel good. I feel good for this entire group at Team Penske. We had an awesome effort this weekend. All 4 of our cars have been fast. So for us, it was a priority to get one of those cars in victory lane, and we did that. You know, that's really what we needed to do. We checked it off the box, and feel a little bit bad for the 12-car guys with Will Power. You know, they had an issue there at the end that took them out of that race between him, myself, and Dixon, and it kind of just turned it into me and Dixon. But you know, you get the good and bad breaks sometimes. And today it rolled our way with the 2 cars, so it's a great victory for Team Penske. Great having Fitzgerald on the car this weekend. Their first time on the race car, and for them to get a win is a big deal. So happy for everybody involved.
A lot of people here go reds to start. You decided to go blacks. What went into that?
I think it was a good call. You know, we had more reds in hand, and we wanted to try and be different than everybody today. You know, and the only way to do that was to start in the black compound tires, and then hopefully go to the reds later and see what we got. And I think ultimately it worked out for us. You know, we were able to figure out what the blacks were all about, and you know, see what was better between those or the reds. And I think ultimately it played into our favor. So we held the positions off. We made some positions, and you know, I think it was a good strategy call.
It was kind of a 3-way race between you, Scott, and Will towards the end. What is it like when you're in the car and one wrong move could be the difference between first and third?
Well, you know, you really got to be calculated. You got to try and seize the opportunities when you can pass someone, but you don't want to get too greedy and then, you know, make a mistake, wreck, or even go backwards and get caught out in something else. So you got to be really calculated. But you know, around this place, you have to be aggressive too. You got to get it done when you have an opportunity. And the deal with Scott was I had an opening and I knew I had to get it done. So you know, happy I did that, because I think ultimately that's what led to us being in a position to capitalize on the race win. And if you didn't do that, you know, we might not be standing here in victory lane.
Well, they call it his home track. Hard to argue. 2 wins here at Barber. Josef Newgarden, congratulations.